Squirrel and a cat. Hello lovely people, welcome to another retro pickups video. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I think 5 months ago was the last one, but I've found lots of great things on my travels that I want to share with you, so let's just get on with it. Okay, we start off with one of my favourite Zelda games. You'll notice a bit of a theme emerging as we go through this. I'm definitely still on a Zelda trip, but it is Link's Awakening, and absolutely love this game. One of the best Game Boy games, and I would suggest one of the best Zelda games too. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to try and capture some footage to put on this video. So fingers crossed I can get as much as possible on here. But yeah, definitely worth checking out. There's a remake on the Switch, which I haven't got yet, but I would definitely consider getting in the future, because this is a great puzzle game. It's amazing they managed to fit a whole Zelda world on just a Game Boy cartridge. And also, if you look it up, it has a lot in common with Twin Peaks, one of my favourite franchises. The creator of this was a big fan of Twin Peaks, and it's got lots of mysteries on this island that Link finds himself on. So that is Link's Awakening. Next up, we have a bit of love for my SNES this month. I bought this Super Game Boy. Love this. Got this off eBay. It was pretty filthy when I got it, but it's cleaned up nicely. And I'll show you some footage in a minute, but this is something that you can put your Game Boy cartridge into, like so, and it will play your Game Boys on your SNES, which is great. Of course, the other thing I got, which I can't show you, is a lead for my SNES so that I can plug it into my TV, because I had previously lost that. So my SNES is back up and working again, I'm glad to say. Next up is some PlayStation goodness. We have, for the PlayStation 1, this game, super hard but super fun game. This is 007 Racing on the PlayStation 1. This was recommended to me by some friends. So Joe and Beck, if you are watching, this is one that you suggested for me. Really enjoying this, but man, is it hard. I can't even get past the first level on it. But yeah, definitely worth playing. And for the PS2, I got this from CEX. One of the great things about the last month is that shops are back open again. So I've had a chance to have a bit of a look out in the wild for some retro goodness, and pick this up from CEX for £1. It's Intellivision Lives, the history of video games, and includes lots of great Intellivision games. I haven't got an Intellivision myself. I've always wanted one. Really cool competitor with the Atari 2600, this one. But yeah, definitely worth picking up, and it's got some really good games on there, Intellivision games, if you want to check that out. Next up, I managed to get my Xbox 360 working. It was one that was donated to me, and I had difficulty getting past the parental lock on it. I had a code, so I was scratching my head for many months, but managed to get past it. And so I can finally start to use some Xbox 360 games. My favourite one I've got so far is Fable 2, also picked up from CEX for a couple of quid. Yeah, as you know, I'm really into my Zelda games, and this is another great action RPG that is definitely worth seeing. And I'll try and get some footage if I can on this one. Then I came a bit of a cropper with the next two. The first one, it was only 50p, so I thought I've got to get this. It's the Beatles Rock Band. Now, my problem with this is that I don't have a guitar controller for it, so I won't be able to play it until I can pick one of those up. But I have played this before on a friend's system and absolutely loved it. It's like Guitar Hero, but obviously with the Beatles songs, and I'm a huge Beatles fan, so really looking forward to playing this when I can. And yeah, it's got every classic Beatles track that you could imagine on it. Oh, pun intended. And yeah, it's definitely worth picking up that one. And my other cropper was this one, another 50p classic from CEX. It's an Xbox Classics, and it's MotoGP. I thought I'll pick this up just to see. It's worth 50p just to see if I can get it working on the Xbox 360, because I know that a lot of the Xbox systems are backwards compatible, but unfortunately it doesn't work on my Xbox 360. It's one of the few original Xbox games that doesn't work on the 360, so I was a bit gutted by that, so I might have to take that one back even though it was 50p. Shall I? Or shall I hold out and see if I can get an Xbox? Time will tell on that one. Then I have a couple of games that I've been playing on the Switch, which are remastered versions of classic retro games. First off, Turrican, the 30th anniversary edition, which has the original Turrican, Mega Turrican, and Turrican 2 and Super Turrican, I believe. It's basically got most of the early Turrican games on it, including from the Amiga and from the SNES, the SNES. What's quite nice about this, I've not seen any other Atari Amiga PC games ported over as such to the Switch, so that's great to see. I hope this does really well, because hopefully that will encourage them to bring out some more of those, because I was very much not so much a console gamer as a kid. I was much more into my Atari ST, and before that the BBC Basic and Spectrum and things like that. So yeah, the sort of home computer tie-in ones. So yeah, what do I think of it? It's fun, it's blooming hard, but definitely definitely worth a go. I'm trying to think which my favourite is. I think it's the one on the SNES, Super Turrican, I'm guessing it's called. I really should prepare for these videos, shouldn't I? But yeah, that is Turrican, 4 games in one on the Switch. Next up, my dad was clearing out the garage and the loft and found a couple of bits of retro tech that he wanted to. Next up, I have a couple of bits of retro goodness that my dad gave me while he was clearing up the house, going through the loft and the garage. We have a Palm Zine, which I have charged but cannot get working, so any ideas, let me know in the comments. Nice little PDA there from, I'm guessing, the early noughties, maybe mid-noughties. And we have the wonderful Discman, Philips Discman. And yeah, if you are of a certain vintage like myself, you will no doubt have tried to hook these up to your car back in the day via cassette converters. You remember them? But yeah, I'm looking forward to trying to get this working as well, the Philips CD. I don't know if you're allowed to call it a Discman, because that's the Sony thing, isn't it? But yeah, you know what I mean. And ladies and gentlemen, I have left the very best till last. After searching for months and months and months and trying to save up, I was very, very lucky that my stepdaughter gifted me her old 3DS XL. I've been looking for one of these for months and months and months, and her collection of games as well. Let's crank it up. Oh yes, feel that Nintendo goodness. So yes, as well as the 3DS, she also gave me her collection of games, some of which I was more interested in than others. Of course, the Zelda games on the 3DS and 2DS. So here are some of the games that she gifted to me. Here we have Final Fantasy 3, Professor Layton's Curious Village, Big Brain, Brain Trainer, Cars, Sim Animals, Dogs. You can tell these are all my stepdaughters. Fifi and the Flower Tots, Jamie Oliver's Cooking, another brain training one. And then in this case we have Under the Knife, 42 all-time classics, My Sims, Mario and Luigi, Harry Potter, doesn't say which one, I think it's the Lego one, Cooking with Mama, Dark Motives, Nano Stray, Style Boutique, Mission Impossible, Grand Theft Auto, which one is it? Chinatown one? Yeah, Chinatown. I've seen that on the PSP. I've not played it on the 3DS. Cooking with Mama 2, Mario and Sonic's Olympic Games, and Mario's Top 100. And then I have kept my favourite in a different box. Let me get them for you now. So for the DS, I had Retro Atari, which is a collection of Atari 2600 games. Some of them reimagined and some of them original. I have the Mario Kart DS and 2 DS Zelda games. Phantom Hourglass, which I've just completed and absolutely loved, actually. It's in that Wind Waker style, which I know not all Zelda fans like. And that took a bit of getting used to, but really enjoyed this game. Very interesting the way it uses the DS. I'll do a separate video, no doubt, reviewing that at some point. And its sequel, which is Spirit Tracks, couldn't get into this one as much. I need to maybe give it a bit more of a try. But those are the DS games that I have put aside as my favourites. And then on to the 3DS games. And here are my favourites that I've picked up from this collection. We have Animal Crossing New Leaf. I was obsessed with Animal Crossing New Horizons on the Switch during the first lockdown, as a lot of people were, and it was the first Animal Crossing game I'd played. But I went back and played this one, and yeah, very, very similar actually, and I was surprised at that. On the DS was very, very similar to the one on the Switch, but yeah, really enjoyable. I've just started playing that one. Mario and Luigi's, is it Party? Dream Team Bros. Not played that one yet, but looking forward to it. Big Mario and Luigi fan. I'm wondering if it's one of the RPG Mario games. I'm guessing so. Then my all-time favourite. I'm so chuffed to say that I finally got to play and complete the Ocarina of Time 3DS remaster. I've never played this game before. I've tried so many times on emulators. I never had an N64 back in the day, but yeah, what a brilliant game this is. It really deserves every accolade that it gets, and I've just completed it, which I was very chuffed about. Can't say the same for A Link Between Worlds. Not a fan of this one. It gets praised a lot on Zelda videos, but it made me rage quit within the first level. The fact that you keep on breaking weapons and have to go and buy them again, which is even worse than the broken weapons on Breath of the Wild. But there you go. So yes, again, like Spirit Tracks, that's one that I need to go back and give another chance to, but not enjoying this one so far. This one, however, is has climbed up the ranks to being probably my second favourite Zelda game after Breath of the Wild so far. And yeah, it's what an inventive game that was. Took me a while to get used to the controls, but once I had, what a game. And finally, Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS, which I'm really enjoying playing. So there we have it. I hope you enjoyed those retro pickups this month, and I'm hoping with the shops back reopened that I'll be able to check out lots more in the near future. Back to me. There we have it. I hope you enjoyed looking at my retro pickups this last few months. If you did enjoy this video, please consider liking, subscribing below, and maybe even sharing with a friend. Thanks very much for watching, and see you again soon.